four postulates. There are four postulates. Deepak, Swati, and Nidhi, and all the students who are connected to me, look at the whiteboard. Look at the whiteboard, and just I am postulate here. This postulate, Robert Cox was a great biologist, great microbiologist who proposed some criteria for establishing relationship between a pathological disease and the pathogen. Now these four postulates are as follow. Let us see here. The first postulate is pathogen. Look here. The whiteboard is visible to you, and all the four postulates written on the whiteboard are also, I think, they are the visible to all of you. Let us see the first postulate on the first postulate: association of a pathogen. Association of a pathogen with the disease organism. First postulate is that association of pathogen. Association of pathogen with the disease organism of pathogens or microorganisms in all the disease individuals. The second postulate is isolation of pathogens from diseased individual. Medium. The third postulate is capability of the cultured pathogen same disease in a healthy individual. See, the third is the capability of cultured pathogen to cause same disease in the healthy individuals of the same species with identical symptoms. This is the third postulate. Now let us see the postulate: re-isolation of pathogens from the inoculated disease experimental organisms, individuals, and their characteristics. And pathogens must be identical with the original pathogen. The fourth postulate is that the re-isolation of the same pathogen, the inoculated disease experimental organism, their characterization. The pathogens must be identical with the original pathogen. These are the four postulates proposed by the Robert Koch and Frederick Loeffler in 1886. These postulates were proposed in 1884 by the Robert Koch and Frederick Loeffler. These postulates are commonly known as Koch postulates, which have been given a relationship to establish the relationship between a pathogen and the diseased organism. These four again here that the first association of a pathogen in the disease, that is the presence of pathogen or microorganism in the diseased individual in abundance. The second postulate reads as isolation of pathogens, diseased individual or organisms, and their culture in nutrient culture. The third postulate is that capability of the cultured pathogens to cause same disease in the healthy individuals of the same species with identical. Fourth postulate is that the re-isolation of pathogens, the inoculated diseased experimental organisms, individuals, and their characterization. The pathogens must be identical with the original pathogens. So these are the four postulates which have been mentioned here on the whiteboard, and I have shown you. Now I am going to explain the
सर आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही है। सर आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही।
आप अपना ऑडियो म्यूट करें, ऑडियो म्यूट करें, so that the audience can be easily can listen to me what I am saying. Now I have discussed, I have pointed out here the four postulates proposed by the Robert Koch and Friedrich Loeffler, which are and these postulates are commonly are known as the Koch's postulate. I have described all the four postulates. Now, now I am going to explain all these four postulates in detail. The first postulate is Deepak. The first postulates proposed by the Robert Koch is that yes, if there is a pathological disease, the disease must there must be presence of pathogen. If we talk of and if we talk about any pathological disease which is caused by a pathogen, this pathological disease concerned should be in accordance with the Koch's postulate. The first postulate as proposed by the Koch is that the pathogen or the microorganism must be present in abundance in the diseased in all the individuals of the diseased organisms. And this is the first postulate. If there is a pathological disease, अगर कोई एक pathological बीमारी है, तब what should be there? There should be the association of a particular pathogen with a particular disease. If there is a pathological disease, you know that the pathogens are the disease-causing organisms. So if there is a pathological disease, whether it is in the human being or animal or plant, if we talk about the pathological disease, there must be presence of a particular pathogen in a particular disease found in the individuals. So there must be association, there must be presence of microorganisms or pathogen in abundance in the diseased, in all the diseased individual. This is the first postulates of the proposed by Koch. So according to the first postulate, there must be association, there must be presence, or there must be presence of pathogen in the diseased individuals, in the diseased organisms. So this is the first postulate. Now let us see the second postulate. What is the second postulate? According to the second postulate, the pathogen or the microorganisms which has caused the disease must be isolated from the suffering, from the diseased organisms, diseased plant, diseased human being, diseased animals, whatever the case may be. If it is a case of human being, the pathogens must be isolated from the human. If it is a case of plant disease, the pathogen must be isolated from the diseased plant. If it is animal, the pathogen must be isolated from the animal. So the second postulate is that the pathogen, the disease-causing organism, must be isolated from the diseased individuals, diseased organisms, diseased organisms, and the isolated organism. And the isolated pathogen must be capable of growing in the artificial nutrient culture medium in the lab. आप उसको आइसोलेट भी कर पाए, जो पैथोजन है उसको डिजीज्ड ऑर्गेनिज्म से आपको आइसोलेट कर उसको लैब में ग्रो करना भी होगा. One merely isolation of the pathogen from the diseased organism should not be fulfilled. Rather, the pathogen which you have isolated from the diseased plant or animal or human, they must be grown successfully in the lab condition in the culture medium. You all people know that the bacteria, fungi and such microorganism can be grown in the artificial nutrient medium in the lab. तो जो पैथोजेन जो है, उस पैथोजेन को डिजीज प्लांट से या डिजीज एनिमल से या डिजीज ह्यूमन बीइंग से वहां से आइसोलेट कर उसको लैब में भी ग्रो करना होगा. और जब ग्रो होगा तभी कॉच का पोस्टुलेट फुलफिल होगा. तो पहले जो द फर्स्ट पोस्टुलेट क्या था अभी बताया मैंने. आई हैव ऑलरेडी डेल्ट द फर्स्ट पोस्टुलेट. अकॉर्डिंग टू द फर्स्ट पोस्टुलेट, अगर कोई बीमारी अगर पैथोलॉजिकल है जिसमें पैथोजन इन्वॉल्व है, तो there should be association, there must be present a particular pathogen in the diseased individuals. So this is the first postulate. According to the second postulate, the pathogen must be isolated from that diseased individuals or diseased plant, diseased animal or diseased human being. वहां से isolate करना होगा, and the isolated pathogen must be capable of growing in the culture, in the artificial culture medium in the lab. So this is the second postulate. Now let us see the third postulate. 4 postulates हैं. Now let us see the third postulate. According to the third postulate, the pathogen which have been isolated and grown in the culture medium in the lab should again be capable of causing disease in the healthy individuals, in the healthy organisms of the same species.
सर excuse me सर,
तीसरा ये है पोस्टुलेट कि जिस माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म को आपने डिजीज प्लांट से या डिजीज एनिमल से या डिजीज ह्यूमन बीइंग से निकाला है, आइसोलेट किया है, उसको लैब में ग्रो भी किया आपने, तो करने के बाद the pathogens which have been grown in the lab in the culture medium should be capable of causing the same disease, same disease in the individuals of the same species, तो ये तीसरा पोस्टुलेट है. दिस इज द थर्ड पोस्टुलेट्स ऑफ द कॉच. ठीक है. नाउ लेट अस सी द फोर्थ पोस्टुलेट. According to the fourth postulate, re-isolation of the pathogen. What does it mean? Re-isolation of the pathogen, what does it mean? It means that the pathogen which you have isolated and grown in the culture medium and on being inoculated in the healthy individual, it has caused the disease. The pathogen should again be isolated from experimentally inoculated individuals. फोर्थ में क्या है कि जब आपने